So the first thing you need to understand, the first thing also you need to understand is that the city itself is not the top of the hierarchy of being, right? And so it's like the city will only be alive if it's ultimately aligned towards higher goods besides just the city itself. It has to be attached to God ultimately, you could say, you know, in order for things to lay themselves out properly. And so of course it's hard because things never tend to not rarely be completely aligned under God, you could say. But so a way in which, for example, let's say you're in a city and you see the city fall apart, and it's falling apart. Now, one of the ways to stop the city from doing that is to attach yourself to a higher good. So you can think of it so an easy way would be something like, an easy way to understand it would be that if you're writing the city, if you're writing the city because the pothole is falling, so you're sending a letter to the municipal garage or whatever, and then they're not doing it. So at some point you're going to write a letter to your city councilor, right? But then it's not happening. And then at some point you're going to write a letter to the mayor or whatever. You're going to escalate the hierarchy in order to see things happen. And so you could understand that also embodiment is part of that, which is that if you're watching the breakdown of the city around you, like you embodying the ideal of the city will help to mend things as they're breaking down. So you could think of it like, everybody's a jerk to everybody else. It's a big city. Nobody's talking to anybody. It's like, I'm going to be the exception. I'm going to bake cookies for my neighbor or whatever it is you decide to do to restructure your immediate surrounding according to a higher good. And the amount of transformation you can create is really surprising, actually.
Yeah.
You can be very surprised at how much transformation you can bring about by doing that. We tend to neglect the capacity for people, because what you're sending out ripples and you're actually creating new models, because one of the people model themselves on each other. That's how we work, right? And so if there are no models around us, then we tend to degenerate. Mm-hmm. Now, if someone just sets themselves up as a model, people will start to imitate it, especially if it's a model that is bringing about a greater good, or they'll hate you. It could be either one. They could either model, or they could hate you, and then it'll still transform them, even though they hate you, right? That's like one of the revelations of the Christian mystery, let's say, is that sometimes when you do that, they hate you and they kill you or whatever, they eject you, but then it still does it. It still does the trick, even though it's not fun for you.
Yeah.